probably shouldn't be drinking while it's live.
Okay, you're live. I don't know how this works.
We should make you laugh.
So where are you?
At the Retired Racehorse Project in Lexington, Kentucky.
And who are you with?
Pocket.
Pocket. Katie. Shannon.
Shannon.
This is Katie at
Katie.
Soteria Equestrian
Safety. You said it right.
I said it at the end. Yes. I always forget that part. It's all about safety here.
Everybody says hello.
Hello.
Who has questions for Elisa? Ask them now.
We're forever moving
Hi, Elisa is not a question, but hi, everybody.
Right now we're watching the cow work.
Yes.
Anybody saying anything?
A lot of highs. When was the last time you worked with cows?
Last time I worked with a cow was with Nim, and that was in 2013. I put him on a cow. Actually, my working student's cow, Allie Ratazzi, she had a cow. But I think Henry would be really good at this because he is pretty cowy.
It's pretty cowy. Is that a thing?
Yeah. When you say a horse is pretty cowy, they like to chase cows, or they have a chasing instinct.
You have a question about Teddy. Why did he run out?
Because he's cheeky. And because he was a bit distracted about the horse that was in the sky. So that Jumbotron right there, it was a bit for Lear's brain to handle that. He kind of didn't understand it. So yeah, he normally, if he is going to run out, he should typically only goes to the right. So I went to fix that today, and he ran out left. So leave it to the horses to keep you on your toes. So got to make sure when I go home that we don't make that a habit.
Sarah B says you're perfect.
No, it's no such thing.
You have a question about Johnny.
Okay.
When are you going to ride him again?
Well, he's in work. He did a gallop 2 weeks ago. I might take him to the jockey club in November, but it all depends. Hopefully he'll be running at Rolex next year, so fingers crossed.
When did you start riding? When did you start riding?
My mom rode when she was pregnant with me, and then I was riding by myself when I was 2. And if I fell off, my dad told me not to cry. So there you go. And I was showing, I think, when I was 4.
That's what she ate when she was 2.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
Is that good?
Heck yeah.
How small is that?
That is so cute.
That 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So you just actually got these
Shoulder pads.
shoulder pads. Do we have shoulder pads to show?
We have shoulder pads.
Somewhere.
Can everybody hear okay? Thumbs up if yes.
Here's some shoulder pads.
So now, what do shoulder pads do?
They reduce collarbone injuries by, what they say, up to 80%.
That's a lot.
So they
Lots
attach.
of people always break their collarbones.
Yeah. Put them on Lisa.
So this is going to be a really important new part of Elisa's standard safety gear.
So if I get stripes, this should be a good thing. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but they're pretty cool. You don't really feel them there.
No, they're pretty flexible.
Yeah, like it's not bad. And I have shoulder stuff, so. Yeah, pretty cool. If you guys get a vest, get some shoulder pads. Protect your collarbones.
Collarbone.
At 17 years old, what were you doing? Like eventing? If so, how old?
When I evented from the time I was 4 until I was 12, and then I did the hunters from when I was 12 to 16-ish, 15. Then I went back into eventing and worked with the off-the-track thoroughbred mare. and I also was a working student for Nick Larkin back then, which he was actually here this weekend and placed fourth in eventing, so that was kind of cool, kind of like old school days. And so yeah, when I was 17, I was back eventing and doing novice level at that time, and I don't remember when I first advanced. I was like 22, I think. I was a bit older before I did my first advanced. You're getting really close.
It's because the sound is like not the greatest.
Okay, but that's like close to my face. Ooh,
You have a lot of people saying you're so pretty.
stop! You're just weird.
I saw a good question here. What is your favorite riding brand?
Ooh, that's not fair. Well, all my favorite riding brands, everything that I wear is my favorite, or else I wouldn't wear it. So we have Romp, which is my shirt and my pants. And then we have Soteria, which is my race safe 3.0,
Proven? Yeah.
the Provent. And then I have the Helite Air Vest, which has saved me a lot. And then I have my 1K helmet.
What other?
My 1K. 1K is good. What are the brands?
Favorite brand of saddle?
Custom Saddlery. They have really good saddles, and they've done a good job of opening up their designs for the jumping saddles. So we've worked together in helping them develop more jumping saddles. They have amazing dressage saddles, so
You actually helped design a saddle.
I did. I think it's, I forget which one it's.
This is like the Monte
the
Carlo,
Monte
right?
Carlo, yeah. It's the Eventer.
A couple of questions about advice for a working student.
Okay. I was about to say, keep your mouth shut, put your head down, go to work. Yeah, pretty much. You just do as you're told and do more than it's expected.
And that's what it was like for you.
Absolutely. And you're always a working student, no matter how old you are. If I go and I'm at Karen O'Connor's, I'm a working student. I'm helping. If I go and I'm staying at John Holling's, I'm helping them out. I'm a working student. So you do as you're told, you do as they want things done. And if it's, say, for instance, a hay nut is put up in a certain way, you do it exactly that way. There's a reason for it. So
Another good question, Mustang makeover. Are you going to do it again?
I am possibly going to do one next year. So I'm itching to do a makeover for the Mustangs again. So possibly next year, depending on how the schedule falls, if I can make it happen, I will. And then I'll do the Thoroughbred Makeover again with 2 horses.
Is Simply Priceless your horse?
Yes and no. He's owned by Syndication, which is a group of owners in which I have all the control over, essentially. So you have an agreement with the group of owners and you go forward. That's why syndications are so great.
And there are still 2 shares outstanding, right?
There are.
How often do you do Liberty work?
Probably like once or twice. Well, I mean, it depends on the thing, but what I'm working towards. But generally once or twice a week, I'll work Liberty with the horses. Those are some good questions.
We have a question here about a bar of soap.
Bar soap.
That's totally weird.
I don't like bar soap.
Oh, well, maybe it's not a weird question. If you like bar soap,
No,
liquid soap.
liquid soap. Bar soap makes my skin dry.
Good to know. Most challenging horse you've ever trained / ridden?
That's a toughie. I have a lot. Leap of Faith was an advanced mare that I had. She was pretty tough. She taught me a lot. Johnny is pretty tough and very rewarding. So I'd say Johnny.
Good question. What's your worst riding habit?
Looking at my shadow. Do it all the time. Looking at my shadow and rolling my shoulders. It drives me nuts. I like you have to lift up your shoulders and just roll my shoulders.
Just taking your shoulders back.
Well,
Injury, but just
I got the
pull them back.
I even got a shoulder thing to help me with my posture. But yeah, when you don't I don't have a trainer with me every day, so I don't get yelled at. So I look at my shadow to see what my position's like, which is a bad habit, and then yeah, kind of rolling your shoulders forward is a bad habit. I think that's pretty much it for my habits. Not too bad.
Do you know what it means
Annoying.
if a horse is girthy? Like, are any of your horses girthy?
Yes, they are. And the ones that are the ones that are being treated for ulcers.
Oh, interesting.
And I mean, sometimes it could not be ulcers. Sometimes I have horses that like a certain way girth is contoured, so they appreciate that better. But oftentimes it's because they could also have a rib out. But generally it's ulcers. That's the first sign.
Do you ever offer an opportunity for someone to come take a one-off lesson with you, or a mini clinic?
That's kind of hard sometimes in the schedule. I do trailer in lessons. But my schedule gets a little crazy, so it's hard to make that time because I have a fair amount of horses that have to get worked in a day. So I don't know if I answered that question very well.
I think we have a last question here. What is your favorite TV program or movie?
That's hard. I have a lot of favorite movies. What's my favorite TV program? Well, I like The Walking Dead and Fear of the Walking Dead. What else?
But you hate horror movies.
Hate horror. I hate horror. But
You're not watching any clown movies anytime soon?
no, I don't like. But like I like Dexter.
I like it.
But I don't like scary horror. But suspense movies are cool. Of course, I like every horse movie ever out there that I've ever watched.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Do you celebrate Halloween? And if you do, what do you dress up at for Halloween?
The last time I dressed up for Halloween was for a Halloween party that we did, and I was Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, hit me, baby. No, that's who I was. If we do anything, we do a fun Halloween party if I'm there. Oftentimes, I'm competing. So.
Alana Salas asks, will you ever do a clinic in Indiana? The answer to that is when someone asks you to do a clinic in Indiana, you'll do a clinic in Indiana.
Sure. And hi, Elena. I know she follows a lot of my stuff.
You have a lot of questions about Heartland.
Oh, Heartland. I've only watched a little bit of Heartland. It can be a little cheesy.
It's filmed near where your husband grew up,
In Alberta.
Canada.
Is that near where you grew up?
Yes.
Calgary?
I grew up in Heartland.
You did not.
See, we're all
Lies.
learning things now.
You're just lying.
I don't know. Anything else you want to say?
Next year, put the makeover on your list to come. The Kentucky Horse Park's amazing to come to visit. You have the Secretariat Center. It's awesome to come here to see all the thoroughbreds doing the different disciplines, and they do a good job of really trying to adapt it every year to make it better. And so this year, it's kind of to my detriment a little bit, but that live stream is amazing. That is a really good way to bring in more people to the cause of helping the off-the-track thoroughbreds, and it's a really good event to come to, so put it on your calendar.
And I'm right thinking they developed the eventing program more this year. There was more fences, a true show jumping course.
Yeah, exactly.
And it resulted in more entries.
It was 100. There was 100 in that class, so it was great. And there's a good depth of nice horses that are here. So if anybody's and if anybody's coming to look at horses, this is a great place to come because you have vets that are already here to vet the horses. You can see the horses compete in this atmosphere. Like, as a buyer, what more could you kind of want to come if you're looking for horses? And they generally average between $7,500 to 25 grand, but people have spent a good solid year of training the horses, so there's a fair amount of work that goes into them. So that's what I would say.
Great. So this has been a really neat experiment. If you have enjoyed this, comment, let us know if you want to do it again.
Hi.